21st of April. My 51st birthday had come around, but there was little to be happy about. I felt so frail and old. Looking in the mirror did me no good. I looked nothing as I had when I was born. My face scarred and bruised, constantly bleeding. I was unrecognizable as Klondike Kracker, but then was understandable, as I wasn't him at all. I was Mr. Jacob Jakes. I had used his name, the only man I had never killed, to hide behind. And now I have come to reveal how I escaped. I had been shot by that writer and fell into the murky depths of the lake I had contemplated my life over. I thought I was dead as I saw visions and took large gulps of water. I reckon I was unconscious for a few minutes, but maybe that was lucky, as my body was pushed under the surface of the water by the strong current, and further on up the lake I resurfaced and regained consciousness and swam to a clearing and went into the woods for a time until it was safe to leave at night. 22nd of April. I moved far away from whence I had come and found a cheap bed and breakfast, and it was with that risk I knew I would be safe, because the woman didn't recognize me, and it was only when I looked in the mirror I could see why. All that police brutality had left me torn and battered. My face was a mess. Even I couldn't tell who I was. And it was with this idea I decided I would live my life again as someone else, but who? And then, as I slept, I remembered that body that used to sleep in the chair by my side. Klondike Kracker. And how apt the man I never killed to be the name I am reborn with, and so I would become him, and Jacob Jakes would die in that murky waters. 1st of May. For some time I succeeded. I did a course in teaching and became a supply teacher until I got a permanent role. But then that child, Scott Friedman, joked about what I once was, something I tried to hide from and never returned to, awoken something deep within me. And after 5 years of not killing, I killed again, a boy of less than 16 years old. Now, at this old age, I wonder what shall become of me. Will the police know it was me? Will I have to hide again, or will justice finally catch me up? 2nd of May. They put his death down to a copycat killer, someone who was trying to follow the footsteps of Jakes. How apt I felt at the time, as that's what the boy wanted to be, and I'd got away with another death. And for a long time I lived an ordinary life, strange, but I was half the man I used to be. I was unable to do much, as I found that as I got older I got weaker and weaker. Going shopping, the cinema, making ready-to-eat meals, dry cleaning, putting up, washing, the mundane chores of life took it out of me. Sometimes I would stop in the street, unable to breathe, wheezing away, and some old codger or tramp sometimes would come and ask if I was all right. 3rd of May. The thing is, the reason why I'm writing these memoirs is because I now believe my time is close at hand. Last month I went to the doctor's about my tiredness, and he told me to have a chest x-ray. And it was there, inside my lungs and stomach, they found a malignant mass growing and multiplying, a cancer spreading through my body. Unstoppable, soon it would reach my heart and brain, and I would either lose my identity forever or be dead. 17th of May. I look back on my life now, and I feel I've wasted it. I wish I could have another chance to do it differently. For all the wrong I have committed, all the pain and suffering I have caused, how shall I justify it? I feel so old, even with these tablets. I can hardly move about these days. I'm bedridden most of the time. I'm constantly being sick and not being able to keep my food down. I feel like a man of 80, and if I didn't have so much scarring and damage to my face, I'd probably look it also. I get scared every time the doorbell rings, not only because of my inaction and my vulnerability, but just in case it's the police come to get me. 2nd June. I just looked at that word I wrote. Vulnerability. Me. Jacob Jakes. Vulnerable. Who would have thought it? A man who could strike a man down, could kill him with 4 direct blows, could rip out the inside of a women and children, and not lose a single tear or night. A monster of a man capable of every evil imagined, And now I'm vulnerable, afraid of someone coming in when I can't move and slitting my throat. How pathetic I have become. It is not ironic, my situation now. Have I not received some small taste of my own medicine? And I have found it too bitter to taste, that I wish to spit it all out. Yet it was that same medicine I forced down people's throats, and didn't even think twice. I've started to think again of all the people I killed and imagine their deaths as if mine, and their gruesome nature of them frightens me from getting proper sleep, that I have to take these sleeping pills. I think I will try to take 2 now, and try and get some sleep.